Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Ever feel like you're caught in a cycle of debt? If these questions resonate with you, you're far from alone. In fact, you're part of a global community grappling with a common adversary: debt. Debt, a word that sends shivers down the spines of many, is a widespread issue, casting its shadow across continents. But not all debt is created equal. Yes, you heard that right. There's such a thing as good debt and bad debt. Good debt is the kind that can generate income or increase value over time, like a student loan for higher education or a mortgage for a house. Bad debt, on the other hand, includes things like credit card bills or high-interest loans, which don't contribute to your long-term financial well-being and can often lead to a vicious cycle of borrowing. If you're ready to break free from the chains of debt, stick around. We have some simple, easy-to-follow steps just for you. Before we can tackle the problem, we need to understand the scale of it, and the first step to tackling your debt, believe it or not, is actually knowing how much you owe. Sounds simple, right? But you'd be surprised how many of us are in the dark about our total debt. Picture this: your debt as a mountain. It's hard to conquer a mountain if you don't know its height. Similarly, it's difficult to conquer your debt if you don't know the total amount. It's about bringing everything into the light: every credit card balance, every student loan, every mortgage payment, every car loan. To do this, you might want to use a spreadsheet or an app. There are plenty of free tools out there that can help you organize and track your debt. Enter each debt you have along with its interest rate and minimum payment. This way, you have a clear, comprehensive view of what you're dealing with. And remember, there's no need to feel overwhelmed. Each number you write down, each debt you acknowledge, brings you one step closer to taking control of your financial future. Knowing exactly how much you owe is the first step towards financial freedom. Now let's talk strategy. Ever heard of the snowball or avalanche methods? If not, buckle up because we're about to dive into two of the most effective strategies for paying off debt. First up, the snowball method. Imagine a small snowball rolling down a hill, gathering momentum and size as it descends. That's the essence of the snowball method. You start by focusing on your smallest debt. By paying this off first, you're gaining momentum, feeling the thrill of accomplishment, and gathering confidence. Once that first debt is out of the way, you move on to the next smallest debt, and so on, until you're tackling the biggest ones with all the momentum you've built up. On the other hand, the avalanche method is all about tackling the debts with the highest interest rates first. Think of it as an avalanche, starting at the peak and working its way down. By focusing on the high-interest debts, you're reducing the amount you'll pay over the long term. It might feel like a steeper climb at first, but the payoff in saved interest can be substantial. The question then is, which method is right for you? If you're the type of person who thrives on quick wins and needs that motivation to keep going, the snowball method could be your best bet. But if you're more focused on the long-term gain and can stay disciplined without those early victories, then the avalanche method might be more up your alley. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to debt repayment. It's about finding what works for you, what keeps you motivated, and what aligns with your financial goals. Choose a method that suits your lifestyle and stick to it. Consistency is key. I have included links to videos below that I have created discussing the snowball and avalanche method in more depth. Next, we're going to talk about a tool that's going to be your best friend on this journey: a budget. Now, don't let that word scare you. A budget isn't a monster under your bed, ready to snatch away all your fun. It's more like a roadmap, guiding you towards financial freedom. So, why is budgeting so crucial? Well, without a budget, you're navigating your financial waters blindfolded. You might have a vague idea of where your money is going, but without a detailed plan, it's easy to veer off course. A budget keeps you on track, ensuring every dollar you earn has a purpose. Think of it as assigning roles to your money. Some dollars might be actors, taking center stage to cover your essential living expenses. Others are the stagehands, quietly working behind the scenes in your savings account. And let's not forget the understudies, set aside for unexpected costs. Now let's talk about a strategy that can make managing your money even easier: having multiple accounts for different expenses. This means separating your money into different pots, each with its own purpose. One pot for necessities, one for savings, one for leisure, and so on. This way, you can easily track where your money is going and ensure it's being used wisely. Another effective technique is creating a shopping list before you hit the stores. It's easy to be tempted by sales and discounts, but if it's not on your list, it doesn't go in the cart. This simple practice can save you from impulse purchases and keep your spending in check. Remember, A budget isn't about depriving yourself. It's about understanding where your money is going and making conscious decisions about how you want to use it. It's about being in control, not feeling controlled. A budget isn't a restriction. It's a tool that gives you control over your money. Embrace it and watch as it empowers you on your journey to financial freedom. What if an unexpected expense pops up? That's where your emergency fund comes in. An emergency fund, ladies and gentlemen, is more than just a safety deposit box for your cash. It's your financial shield, your buffer against life's unexpected turns, and a key component in your journey to stay out of debt for good. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is an emergency fund? Well, it's a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unforeseen events can be stressful and costly. Think about medical emergencies, car repairs, or sudden loss of income, situations where you need money and you need it fast. So how does one start building an emergency fund, especially if you're working towards becoming debt-free? The answer is simple. Start small. You don't need to have thousands saved up immediately. Even a small amount, like $25 or $50 a week, can make a significant difference over time. The goal is to eventually have 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses tucked away. But remember, this isn't a race. It's about steady, consistent progress. As you continue on this journey, you may find yourself tempted to dip into these funds for non-emergencies. Resist the urge. This fund is for emergencies only. If you're tempted to tap into it for other reasons, ask yourself, is this purchase worth jeopardizing my financial security? In the end, building an emergency fund isn't just about the money. It's about peace of mind. It's about knowing that you have a plan in place if things go wrong. It's about building financial resilience and independence. So, start today. Even a small step is a step in the right direction. An emergency fund is like a financial safety net. It's there to catch you when life throws you a curveball. So, build it wisely, use it sparingly, and sleep a little better at night, knowing you're prepared for whatever comes your way. Finally, let's talk about the most important part of this process, your mindset. You see, the journey to financial freedom isn't just about crunching numbers. It's about a fundamental shift in how you perceive and interact with money. Imagine money as a tool, not a master. It's there to serve you, not to control you. Often, we find ourselves tangled in a web of impulse purchases and uncontrolled spending, which only digs us deeper into the debt hole. It's time to break free from these chains. Start by cultivating a savings mindset. This doesn't mean living a life of deprivation, but rather making conscious choices about where your money goes. When you're heading to the store with a shopping list in hand, you're not just shopping, you're taking control of your financial destiny. When you choose to skip that extra coffee shop latte and put that money into your savings account, you're not sacrificing enjoyment, you're investing in your future. But changing your spending habits is just the first step. The next is to educate yourself about money management. There's a vast ocean of knowledge out there waiting to be tapped. From books and online courses to podcasts and blogs, the resources are endless. The more you learn, the more equipped you'll be to make informed financial decisions. Remember, becoming debt-free isn't just about the numbers. It's about changing your relationship with money. It's about making money work for you instead of the other way around. It's about taking control, making informed decisions, and ultimately, achieving financial freedom. It's a journey, but one that's absolutely worth taking.